The Florida swamp ape, also known by the local residents as the Ape Man, Skunk Ape, and many other names, has been a mystery for nearly a century. Encounters and sightings dating back to the early 1900s describe a mysterious creature living in the swamp areas of the southern states, including Florida, Georgia, and far west as Texas. Dozens of photos and even hair samples have been taken from the mysterious swamp ape creature, all claiming to be confiscated by the local governments. Dubbed the skunk ape by what's been described as a rotting skunk-like scent by many of those who have spotted the large ape-like creature, has managed to stay out of the eyes of the National Forest Departments and mainstream zoologists. Many well-known cryptozoologists stand their grounds, stating science doesn't know everything. There are plenty of species, truths, and creatures that are yet to be discovered. Stories dating back to the mid-60s described farmers and police officers shooting at the elusive swamp ape, as they had been followed while working in the deep swamplands in search of poachers. Two park rangers in the mid-60s described a large, foul-smelling creature walking along the banks of the river, eating fish and the native plants. They witnessed a pack of them that stood around 7 feet tall like humans, but with a rather large structure and red long fur covering their entire body. They were chased down by the creatures once they had been spotted hiding in the bush as they began taking shots with their service weapons towards the swamp apes. Due to the loud blasts of the gunfire, they all ran off into the tall swamp grass, never to be seen again. There was no actual footage of the encounter, but was making headlines on the local news as the two officers explained their encounter to the residents. In the mid-1970s, a mysterious zoologist offered a $1 million reward for the most viable proof of a swamp ape, dead or alive. They had to capture the creature and turn it into the Florida Zoology Center. After the crowds of people headed into the protected marshy swamplands, a bill was introduced to the Florida legislature in 1977 that would have made it illegal to take, possess, harm, or molest anthropoid or humanoid animals. The bill never passed, but many to this day continue to show their photo evidence, and some claiming to have the actual hair of the swamp ape. In the mid-1990s, an entire tour bus traveling through the large protected swamplands in South Florida spotted a large 7-foot-tall ape-like creature walking along the side of the highway. The bus slowed down as over 40 tourists on board witnessed the large red-haired creature walking on 2 feet along the swamplands adjacent to the highway the bus was traveling on. This was the largest encounter at one given time in Florida's history, as it made rounds around every household television set in the state. The news ran wild with the story of the elusive skunk ape still exists, as a few photos had emerged from the encounter. Later in 1997, Fire Department Chief V. Dorr was driving his personal vehicle through the Ochope Reserve, headed west, when he spotted a large, shaggy-haired looking creature walking along the highway. It instantly ran in front of his car while he slammed on the brakes, attempting to avoid the large creature. It must have stood over 8 feet tall, he explained. He attempted to snap a photo of the creature as he reached for his Polaroid camera, as the large ape-like creature slowly walked back towards the swamp, disappearing into the bush. Chief Dorr explained he didn't believe in the tales of the skunk ape until he witnessed it firsthand, snapping a picture of it as it disappeared. To this day, the National Parks Department claims the swamp ape is just mythology and old folklore, but dozens of images continue to be released over what seems a large amount of sightings taking place these days. What is the skunk ape? Is it a true elusive creature that roams the swamplands of the southern states, or just an old myth passed along generations?